Sherwood.
Here.
Representative Stiff.
Here.
Representative Walters.
Here.
Representative Swanitzer.
Here.
Chairman Nicholas.
Smoke them if you got them. I don't think there's anyone here to present. It's for the cigar tax.
I want to know, you guys got public comment on this?
Yeah,
Come on up here. Come on up.
we've got
Come
a
on, we
few.
want to know your opinion.
Yeah, we want you to both, we want you to light up and see if you like it.
So come up here, we want to ask a hypothetical question.
Yeah,
What, are you a page?
you can do anything we tell you to do.
Are you a page? Are you a page? Are you a page? Intern, they can't.
All right,
I don't think,
of course they can.
okay, come on. This is on, so what are you, where are you interning?
My name is I'm senior and I represent and
Okay, good.
It,
here last year too.
cool. You
We're
come
gonna
up
have
too?
fun.
Come on up here.
We don't get to have young people in here very often. So today we're just determining this bill's gone through committee and it puts a tax on cigars of 8 cents a cigar.
Ooh, 8 cents like a cigar. Is that high or low?
Sounds kind of high. Oh my God.
No, you need to be, we need to hear.
Yeah. Do you think it's a good idea to tax cigars?
Is there like a problem with them? Like the same way with like cigarettes? Like, are we taxing them because people are getting, diseases or anything from them? Or are we just doing it to get more money from the state for the state, I guess? That's my question.
Yeah, it's more money for us. Good idea, bad idea.
What do you guys plan to do with the extra money that you get from this tax?
We're gonna get more interns.
Because you guys should really put it into the snow plow so I can crash my car less. Thank you.
Then it'd have to go to Whiteout. On the snowplow.
Cigar tax to snow plows.
Cigar tax for snowplow.
Yes.
Okay. What would you do?
Well, Mr. Chairman, Jonathan Brown, college intern, always trust your questions to the chair.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I think a smoke to plow is definitely, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good slogan. I think you can run that out there. Why not, big PR campaign. I think that would be an interesting initiative. I can't formally endorse anything, nonpartisan capacity as a legislative intern. I want the record to show that. Lavonda, and I stand for any questions.
I think I think the snowplows are a good idea. Sounds nice.
So the argument is that.
We, through general funds and other funds, oftentimes have to cover the healthcare costs of people who've been addicted to tobacco and have long-term requirements, and health requirements, maybe when they're in nursing home and stuff. And so is it reasonable then to say, well, if you're gonna use these type of have these kind of usages, that then we be able to, you have to be accountable for some of the care that the state may encumber on the back end? Andrew?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes
Just to
sense.
help like with the tax.
Well, that's all I need, Mr.
Okay, any other questions for our distinguished guests?
We've been advised well.
I do have a question.
Representative Stiff.
I do have a question for the panel. So if taxes on cigarettes has to be paid before when the wholesaler or the retailer buys them from the supplier, Do you think that same rule should apply to cigars? Or do you think the tax should just have to be paid when the customer comes in and buys the cigar? How do you feel about that?
Mr. Chairman, Representative, I try to think of it through the context of, because I know there's taxes similar to this. West Virginia has something along the lines when they have like soft drinks. That tax is then paid by the supplier rather than passed on to consumer, but they identify it on the product. That's why the West Virginia, the one thing is on the top of like at a soft drink can that you can find. I think it's, I think personally, just my personal opinion, I think it's better for suppliers to be paying that. I think that, I'm not a big fan of passing on costs to consumers, even if it's a product I don't necessarily use or agree with the usage of. I think it's just better for consumers on the whole so that they don't, get burdened with the cost of anything that happens in rooms like this.
Next.
I have a question, Chairman Committee, is that what I say? Okay, whatever. So I just looked up how expensive a cigar is, and they can be from $5 to $10. So are these like businesses able to pay that and as well as the tax without having problems with other items in their stores?
Well, whoever gonna pay $10 for a cigar probably will pay $12 for a cigar. I think that answers that question.
So it would be $12.30.
I don't know too much about cigars, really, so.
Well, I think that's your assignment. We want you to go smoke a cigar. Come back and tell us what's going on.
I get in trouble with my dad, I'm telling you.
Andrew?
I think the tax is probably a good idea just because like if the government has to pay for their health issues in the future, then it makes sense if they have to put some upfront cost so that they can have help with their health in the future.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Any other public comment?
Thank you. That was fun for us.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
So it looks like this is good. We're gonna lose money and it's gonna cost us $500,000 to implement. How much sense does that make?
None.
So you got any clever ideas?
No, we can amend it down to 265,000, what Harshman said in an email.
I think let's do that.
And without anything. So, Mr. Chairman, is public comment closed and we're ready for the bill?
Yeah, any more public comments? Seeing none, close public comment.
Move the bill.
Move the bill. Amendments.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. So we would go to the standing committee amendment which is where the actual appropriation is. And so with that, Mr. Chairman, I would move to reduce the 577,000 down to 265,000.
Is there a second? Okay,
And discussion on that, this really comes from our Department of Revenue putting together a more precise number than they had earlier.
how do we lose money? So we're actually lowering the tax on cigars? Why would we do that? Okay. Any other motions? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, that motion carries. Any other amendments? Roll call.
Representative Henderson. Representative Larson.
Aye.
Representative Sherwood. Representative Stith.
No.
Representative Walters. Representative Swanitzer.
No.
Chairman Nicholas.
Aye. Okay, that failed. So that's gonna go on the bottom of the list. It goes to the bottom of the list. Okay, Senate File 118. This is a friend of the appropriations. Any public comment on Senate File 118? Seeing none, we'll close public comment. Motion on the bill. Moved by Representative Walters, seconded by Representative Stiff. So this is our 160 million, right? So, any questions? Roll call.
Representative Henderson. Representative Larson.
Aye.
Representative Sherwood. Representative Stiff.
Aye.
Representative Walters. Representative Swanitzer.
Aye.
Chairman Nicholas.
Hi, so Dave, Dave, do you want to floor manage this bill? And if you, just take a minute and meet with Dawn. Because the reason, if you might recall, there used to be a reason why the unencumbered monies were considered. Because we had combined different types of federal and general fund dollars in our budget. That really no longer happens to the extent that it used to. But if you get that history, then you will be able to explain it a little bit. Okay. Okay. Well, stand and adjourn.